Yeah. Hope you've had a good week this week. So, in group, we discussed a few things. So I'll come on to that in a minute. But just to let you know that Iceland are now going to be stocking more flavours of the hi-fi bars. It looks as though we're probably not going to be back in real life group until after Easter time. I think just listening to what the government are currently saying about the present lockdown and how soon we may get out of that. I think, it's probably realistic to think that it's not going to be until then. And so Slimming World have decided to put more hi-fi bars available for you in Iceland. So there are 4 flavours now. You can, of course, still get them from me if you need them. And you can either, pick them up from me, or I'll drop them off when I'm out and about. Just let me know. Anyway, so I'm hoping you've all had quite a good week this week. £24.5 lost in total between you, which is fantastic. So well done, everybody. And we've welcomed a couple of new members as well to the groups this week. So the lovely Kirsty and also lovely Laura. So welcome to them. And I know that you'll all support them as much as you can through our Facebook page and when we're in group as well. So yeah, so there we go. And we gave out some lovely awards this week as well. So Half Stone Awards to the lovely Mandy, who joined us. I think this is her second week. So she's lost half a stone in 2 weeks, which is fantastic. So well done, Mandy. And Mandy was also our Slimmer of the Week in our first session, so the 10 o'clock session. And also the lovely Dawn got her Half Stone Award as well this week, which is fantastic. So well done to Dawn. And Dawn also was one of the Slimmers of the Week in our 11 a.m. group. And we had 2 other Slimmers of the Week in that group. So the lovely Rosalind and also Tracy, who also got Slimmer of the Week. So well done, everybody. It's always nice, isn't it, to get those little stickers that you can pop on the back of your book. So there we go. Yes, so so things are sort of slowly getting back to some sort of routine, aren't they, with your food optimizing. And I know that some of you are still struggling a little bit to get back into it after the sort of Christmas time. And there are still some of you that have got some of those, treats hanging around the house as well. And they're sort of constant source of temptation to you. And it's so difficult, isn't it? And I think lockdown has made it more difficult as well for some of you. So it's just thinking about that and thinking about the fact that, yes, I think like you, I'm really feeling it more this lockdown, the restrictions that we've got on us, and it does make you feel quite low at times. And of course, we all know that if we're comfort eaters, then it's food that we turn to. So one of the things that we talked about is just how important is it to you to lose weight, and why is it that you want to do it? So what is it that you're hoping you're going to be able to do? So one person said that, it's a struggle to pop the socks on. That's the struggle, and turning over in bed is a struggle, and just want to feel that they can do that without any struggle. For me, it was those things, but it was also things like just, walking without feeling out of breath, going up and down stairs without feeling out of breath, feeling self-conscious about my weight, and the way that I looked when I put some of my favourite clothes on. They didn't quite fit. So for each of us, it may be different things. But one of the things that will ask you to do is just to think about it. Think about how important really is it to you. So if you're looking at a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being it's not important at all, and in fact, I don't know why I'm doing it. Or 10 is, this is really important to me. I really, really do want to lose weight because I want to feel healthier, fitter, and slimmer, and be able to do some of those things that I just don't feel I can do, or I struggle to do now. So where are you on that scale from 1 to 10? And I guess most of you will be somewhere in 7, 8, 9, 10. And then what I'll ask you to do is just think about the last couple of weeks, maybe, and where are you on a scale of 1 to 10 with your food optimizing? So 1 would be, I'm really not doing it. Um, you know, I'm just not doing it. Whereas 10 would be, I am 100% on it. I weigh and measure my healthy extras. I sin anything else that I have that isn't a free food or a healthy extra, and I weigh and measure those. Um, I am 100% on top of it. That's a 10. If you're finding that you're somewhere lower than that, so maybe you're sort of around the 5, 6, or maybe even 4, then it's really telling you that you need to put some more effort into it. If your goal is up in, sort of 8, 9, 10, then your effort needs to match that, doesn't it? And I think we all know that. If you want to really get the results that you want, then you do have to put some effort into it. And that means thinking about, planning, not just, your meals. I think most people will say, my meals are fine. I'm absolutely fine with those, 100% on plan. I know what I'm going to be eating, all week. And that's usually, they're thinking about their evening meal or the main meal of the day, and that's what's being planned. But you may just forget about planning your breakfast or your lunches. If you're working, you may be planning your lunches. But what about all the other times? One person said today that, they're fine. The first couple of days are full of motivation, really into it, really want to get going. But then they find that, some come Monday, maybe Tuesday, things start to wane a little bit. So plan for that, if you know that that's you, then let's get planning for those days as well, because it's going to happen. So what do you need to put in place to make sure that you stay on track during those times? So maybe it's that you need to think about, the evening time may be a difficult time for you. So plan what you're going to be eating in the evening. Have some of those treats that you'd like to have then. Or when you've done your evening meal, think about, what pudding you could have afterwards. Maybe have it an hour or so after your evening meal, so you've got something to look forward to a little bit later on. If you feel that there's a long time between your lunch maybe and when you get your evening meal, plan a snack in between. You'll all see my posts on Facebook, and I have quite large snacks. If I generally save my healthy extra B, don't have that with my breakfast, and then I've got something to have a snack on later on in the day. So I tend to have my evening meal quite late, it'd be about 8 o'clock, 8:30. And so sometimes it can be quite a distance between when I've had my lunch. If I have it early on, sort of around about 1 o'clock, there's quite a few hours before I'm having my next meal. And so I definitely need to have something in between then. And so I plan to have, to do myself a snack in the afternoon. And so usually that will be something like, some, as I had the other day, it was 4 of the caramelized onion Rivitas with some of my healthy extra spreadable cheese on it, with some pear and plum on it. It could be, something else. It could be that I'm going to have some mixed berries with some yogurt later on. Whatever it is that you enjoy, so plan it in. And I think that's what it's really boils down to, is planning and preparation, and understanding those times. If you're keeping a record of your food, if you're writing it down, then a good thing to do is also write down how you're feeling at the time. So if if you're feeling, I just fancy something, and it's not really that you're hungry, it's just that you fancy something, just write down how you're feeling at that time, and then think about having something else. So why is it that we always go for food? Maybe think about something else. It could be, if it's in the evening, that you go and have a nice warm bath and get ready for bed, or a nice shower. Or it may be that you put some new nail varnish on, or it may be that you use a nice hand cream. That's what I like doing. It's quite a good distraction, and really sort of work it into your hands. Enjoy what you're doing at the time. But it's just sort of thinking about different things that you can do. It may be that you just sit down with a nice, hot drink and a good book, and have a read through that. Or if, like me, you enjoy reading recipe books, get out some of your old Slimming World recipe books and have a look through them, and just, sort of mark the ones that you fancy trying maybe later in the week. But it's just doing something else. Or it may be just that, as one person said this week, just get up and go and tidy out a cupboard or something. Just do something to distract yourself, because a lot of the time it is just a habit, and it's breaking that habit, isn't it? So that's what I would like you to think about this week and try this week. So just think about, how important is it for you to lose weight on a scale of 1 to 10? And what do you feel you're doing in terms of food optimizing on a scale of 1 to 10? And what changes do you need to make sure that you do get that weight loss this week? So have a great week, everyone. And you know where I am if you need anything. Keep checking our Facebook page, because everyone's putting some great posts on there and some great ideas, food ideas. So yeah, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. So have a great week, everyone. Bye for now. Bye.